All right, let's talk about something that can drive you absolutely crazy when you're looking for a job. We're diving into what's known as the paradox of employment. Have you ever had this feeling? It's like a crazy catch-22. You're out there, you're applying, but you just can't shake the sense that the very fact you're unemployed is, well, working against you. And you know what? It's not just in your head. It's a real thing in the hiring world. So let's break down this frustrating reality. We're calling it the job seeker's paradox. Because honestly, once you understand why it's happening, you're already halfway to beating it. So here it is, plain and simple. The paradox is that you often have to get any job just to get the job you actually want. It sounds totally backwards, right? Why on earth would taking a detour be the fastest route? Well, it all comes down to psychology and perception. Let's unpack that. To really get this, we have to do something a little weird. We have to step out of our own shoes for a second and try to think like an employer. What is actually going on in their head when your application lands on their desk? Okay, so check this out, because this is where the subconscious bias really kicks in. An unemployed candidate, and look, this isn't fair, but it's true, can be seen as a higher risk. A little voice in the hiring manager's head might be asking, why isn't this person working? But an employed candidate? They come with a built-in stamp of approval. Someone else already values them, which makes them seem like a much safer bet right out of the gate. Wow, this analogy is pretty blunt, but it really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that mindset. Employers feel like they're picking from a big barrel of apples. They want the one that looks shiny and fresh, the one everyone else wants, not the one that's been left behind. It's all about perceived value. And this is the gut punch question at the heart of the paradox. It's a tough one to really sit with, but it perfectly highlights the psychological barrier you're up against. You have to find a way to stop being seen as the last apple in the barrel. So, how in the world do you do that? Well, that brings us right to the solution. It's a proactive plan we're going to call the stepping stone strategy. And this isn't about giving up or settling. No way. This is about being smart and strategic to break that cycle for good. Now, it's so important to understand what a stepping stone job actually is. It is not your final destination. It's a calculated tactical move. You take an interim role, honestly, any role that gets you back in the game, with one single goal: to make yourself a much more attractive candidate for the job you really want down the line. I absolutely love this quote because it reframes this whole idea. This isn't about desperation, it's about empowerment. It's about you taking control of the story, making a smart decision now that is going to pay off big time later. Think of it as a necessary step on the path to your real goal. And this strategy, it does so much more than just update your resume. The second you have that stepping stone job, the entire dynamic of your job search changes. It all boils down to the power of confidence. All of a sudden, everything is different. You're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a better job. And just look at these benefits. Right away, you seem less desperate. Employers see you as someone who is actively trying to improve their situation. They respect that. And that classic rule of human nature kicks in. People want what other people have. But maybe the best part? You've got leverage. You are in a much stronger position to negotiate. This just says it all. You've made a fundamental shift. You're no longer just one of 100 applicants kind of pleading for a chance. You become a potential partner, someone with value who is also deciding if this company is the right fit for you. And being in that position of strength totally changes the way you can talk. Instead of just asking for the job, you can confidently say something like, I really think we'll both be better off if we work together. That's not arrogant. That's just confident. It shows you're thinking about mutual benefit, and that is incredibly powerful. So we get the why, we get the what. Now let's finish up with the how. Here is a super simple, actionable plan to put all of this into motion. It's beautifully simple. Step 1, get that stepping stone job. Seriously, don't overthink it. Just get employed. Get back in the game. Step 2, now that the pressure is off, you can really focus. Zero in on the employer you truly want to work for and do your homework. And step 3, be tenacious. Go after that dream job with all that new, focused, confident energy you have. And please, please remember this. It's so important. This job you get now, it's temporary. It is a tool. It's serving a very specific purpose for a short time in your career. It is totally okay that it's not your forever plan. In fact, that's the whole point. So we'll leave you with this question to really think about. This isn't just a theory, it's a practical strategy you can start thinking about right now. So take a second and ask yourself, what stepping stone, what small step or interim role could you take today that would put you on the path to the job you truly want tomorrow?